Well, on this program, we've had news about reports about flooding, as you just heard, financial meltdowns, the rising cost of living. It really does seem, doesn't it, that there's no end to the avalanche of bad news around us. So is there a more positive way of looking at the world, or does that risk just glossing over the challenges that we all face? Well, I've been speaking to Michelle Figueroa, the founder of the Instagram account goodnewsmovement with 4.4 million followers. Here's what she thinks.
Well, my perspective is quite different. My job is sharing good news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I can tell everyone listening, watching this program, that I receive good news from people about every 2 minutes, and I don't have enough time in the day to share all the good news that comes to me. So I think it's really a matter of perspective. Of course, we have to be informed of everything happening, whether it's natural disasters or wars. But I would argue we're not fully informed unless we hear about all the good things that are happening, and they're happening as we speak, as I'm talking to you right now.
Look, that's so encouraging to hear, Michelle. And, you know, I've been scrolling through your Instagram page. I can see how many people are sharing their stories with you. But I just want to, you know, press this point a little bit further, perhaps. There is so much bad stuff going on out there, isn't there? Climate change, people worried about their mortgages, whether they can keep the lights on this winter. So how do you sort of square that with what you're trying to do as well?
I think actually in the most difficult of moments is where humanity shines the brightest. You were just talking in the newscast about flooding. There's been flooding here in Florida. We've seen people risk their lives to help complete strangers in those moments. So I think these are times that are difficult, but we've always had difficult times. There's always been wars, natural disasters, tragedy. But I think the amazing thing is to highlight humanity and how wonderful people are, and that people are always willing to help. I mean, that's a great majority. There's a lot more good than there is bad in the world. And it's on us, the consumers of media, to say, I want to feed my mental diet with positivity and not only negativity. You know, just like, you know, if we have a diet and we take care of our bodies, I think we should also take care of our mental health and make sure we're feeding ourselves all the good things that are happening in the world.
It's so important these days. And, you know, just as we've been speaking, Michelle, I think we've been looking at some of the stories on your Instagram page. I'm curious, how does your community reach you with these stories?
Well, the way of people getting their story on the news has changed quite a bit. Now with cell phones or mobile phones, they send their own videos of good news that they're witnessing. So I'm constantly receiving good news from around the world and amplifying their stories. And it's really amazing. I mean, there's not a shortage of amazing things happening around the world. And, you know, I'm here to say that there is a lot of good. And I think we all need reminders around us that there's more good to us than there is bad. You know, we want to hear what's right with us and not what's wrong with us. And I think that encourages my page and the stories I tell, encourage people to kind of copy the ideas they're seeing on my page of how they can be good in the world and how they can make the headline. If you don't like the headline, we'll change it.
That was Michelle Figueroa, founder of the Instagram account Good News Movement.